Potential issues with the 2023 budget have one Toledo City Council member up in arms. And she wants to know what the powers that be are going to do to fix it before it's too late. Our Michael Sandlin spoke to Councilwoman Katie Moline, who is also a CPA. Michael, she's got some concerns about federal money. What did she tell you?
Yeah, that's right, Jeff. Councilwoman Katie Moline says our current budget relies on tens of millions of dollars worth of federal funding we won't have access to in a few years. She even tells me some of that federal money hasn't even been pulled from the proper recovery fund, creating an unbalanced budget. Moline says these choices have put the city in a structural deficit, meaning we're spending more than we really have. She says, well, these mistakes won't affect us this year or even the next. If we don't make these changes soon, the city will be forced to make painful cuts to our spending in just a few years' time. Moline says it all adds up to some potentially major errors and now calls on the Finance Administration to make changes to the budget before this year's March 31st deadline.
What happens if it's not in balance? I think council then has to take the directive of taking the next steps in terms of holding them accountable and saying we reject this budget, come back to us with a balanced budget, come back to us with amendments that make this a balanced budget. Year over year, if that were the case, I mean, that is a major red flag, and I think it would call for some serious action potentially by the state.
I reached out to the city regarding Moline's comments, who wrote back in part, quote, "The ARPA dollars are being used for their intended purpose, to invest in things our city needs and our residents want. The long-term investment strategy will continue to be to build a city where residents want to live, work, and play." Reporting in studio, I'm Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.